A new surface selection method has been introduced for PowerMILL 2013. This selection method is based upon the draft angle of individual surfaces. This new selection method can be used to easily identify and select surfaces that are undercut, for example. And it can also be used to identify completely flat and horizontal surfaces or completely vertical surfaces. To access this new selection functionality, we simply right-click on the model, choose Selection Tools and select Undercut Components. Now this new selection method is dependent upon the surface normal. So to get correct results, we must make sure our part is orientated correctly. So because of this requirement, the actual selection form itself has the Orient Surface Normal options added to it. So for this example, I'm going to simply orientate all the surfaces in the part to get them consistent. And now I can go ahead and select the model based upon its draft angle. So I'm going to leave it at 0 degrees and simply apply the selection. So there you can see that quickly and easily it's identified all the vertical surfaces and also any surfaces which are undercut or have an angle of less than 0 degrees. So if I Control K the unselected surfaces, so we're only left with the selected surfaces, we should be able to see that when I look from above, we should not be able to see any blue colour, which is the outside surface. We should only be able to see the brown indicating undercut regions. So there we go. If I unblank the rest of the component for the second and just deselect everything, there's also an option to include partially undercut components. So for example, if we rotate the part, we can see that this fillet at the base of this undercut wall here is going to be partially hidden by the wall, partially undercut by the wall, but also it's going to be partially visible. If we blank everything and look from above, here we can see it has some undercut region, but the majority of that fillet is actually visible from above. So let's bring everything back. So if I now include partial undercut components, it will identify that fillet also as being partially undercut. And there we can see it's identified that fillet, plus it's also identified several other regions here, for example, where this corner radius goes from a positive angle to a negative angle. The other option on the form is to match draft angle exactly. So here, this is a very useful tool for selecting purely vertical surfaces or only vertical surfaces. So now if I deselect everything and apply again, then you can see this time only vertical surfaces are highlighted. So if I blank everything again and look from above, then we can see just the purely vertical surfaces have been identified. Let's bring everything back. And the last option is if we want to maybe identify the purely horizontal or flat surfaces, and to do this we can simply select a draft angle of 90 degrees, keep match draft angle switched on and apply, and now we have only the flat surfaces identified. So if we Control K to blank everything and look from the side, we can see that only the flat surfaces are visible.